Hi everyone, welcome to Aigentic, powering the next generation of enterprise AI with our flagship platform Eagle. Join us on a journey through intelligent autonomy, security, and innovation. First, let's briefly touch upon what are AI agents. An AI agent is a software entity that observes its environment, processes information, and takes action to fulfill specific goals, powered by artificial intelligence techniques. AI agents are at the core of intelligent systems. They perceive, reason, decide, act, and continuously learn. These five pillars define the transformation from automation to intelligent autonomy. There are different types of AI agents, from reactive agents and deliberative planners to cognitive systems and multi-agent teams. Aigentic's agentic architecture supports them all, delivering real-world outcomes across domains. Based on a user query or command, an AI agent uses multimodal perception to make cognitive decisions to complete an intended action. And this is what we call a standard agentic AI framework. Agentic AI drives productivity by embedding cognitive decision making into enterprise processes, all without compromising on the data security. This shift unlocks a new era of intelligent autonomy. Now let's introduce Aigentic to you. Aigentic is redefining enterprise autonomy through its modular AI framework, Eagle. Unlike generic GenAI platforms, Eagle is enterprise grade, almost 90% open source, and built with security, customization, and scalability at its core. Why do enterprises struggle with GenAI? Or why is GenAI adoption still to grow? And why do agentic AI implementations fail so significantly? Public LLMs are built on worldwide publicly available data till a particular point of time. Let's take an example of a chat GPT. Say the 4.0 version is still whatever point of time, say December 2024 or June 2025. Enterprise data is private, and hence public LLMs are not trained on this data, and hence cannot automatically build contextual intelligence of an enterprise. Secondly, enterprise data is volatile and changes every day, if not every hour. So the LLMs, or rather SLMs, which is a small language model given the size of an enterprise data as compared to the worldwide data, which are built for enterprises, need to be on continuous retraining mode. LLMs are the brain of an enterprise, so it cannot be inadvertently put on the cloud. A lot of layer by layer deployment consideration needs to be put into place to ensure enterprise data security and sovereignty. Public LLMs does not discriminate between users in terms of information that they provide. But this exactly does not work in an enterprise context. Every user needs to get so much of information only, as much to which the person is authorized for. This cannot be achieved out of box from a public LLM. Technically, we call this requirement as fine-grained control. Finally, the cost of ownership of a public LLM with having to be on continuous retraining mode is prohibitive. In this context, introducing Aigentic Eagle Engine to you, the enterprise augmented GenAI and LLM engine. Eagle breaks an LLM, or rather an SLM, with respect to an enterprise context into its individual building blocks, as can be seen in the architecture diagram here. Starting with step 1, ingestion of enterprise data, then storing in vector databases in index format with data and embedding. Now going over to the step 2, where a user makes a query or when an agent requests for a decision to be made. The SLM creates full context of the query or command, which includes the background context under which the query is being placed, adjusts the context as subsequent queries are fired, responds with a standard answer if the question is reasonably similar to an existing one, else adds the history context, in which recent conversations in the chat are used as is, while prior conversations are summarized. Memory context specific to the user, chat, and the entity context gets added. Once the full context is formed, it is sent to an inferencing engine. The inferencing engine, based on a dynamic prompt, decides if it needs to stick specifically to the private enterprise context or needs the wisdom of the world as well. Currently, we are using a public LLM for inferencing, as well as the wisdom of the world. Proprietary end LLM is in development, which will take up the job of inferencing and provide private context responses. It will still rely on a public LLM for the wisdom of the world. Deployment is Docker based and can be deployed on premises, cloud, or in an hybrid environment at a layer by layer basis. To summarize, Eagle creates contextual intelligence grounded in individual enterprise data, deployed securely within enterprise boundaries with fine grained access controls and reduced cost of ownership. Now, what are the highlights of this product? We have already talked mostly about it. This particular slide depicts the creation of the full context that we just discussed above. Apart from that, Eagle Engine is entirely proprietary, built on open source. The only additional component is the inferencing engine, which is based on a public LLM currently. This gives better control over processes and reduces the total cost of ownership. Now let us take a look at the current product landscape of Eagle. Proprietary Eagle Engine is already live. Eagle helps create domain, enterprise, and use case specific LLMs. It's actually a continuum, starting with the public LLMs to domain specific LLMs to enterprise specific ones, and wherever needed, use case specific LLMs. This initial enterprise LLM comes free with two base agents: enterprise chatbot with complete contextual intelligence of the enterprise, and live AI agent, which can be used as a website app uh, or a mobile app live AI agent. Ent LLM, which is the full enterprise private context LLM or a SLM, is currently under development. The rest of the agentic use case are built on top of this Eagle membrane. We have developed a couple of Eagle domain specific variants like Eagle CS, focusing on customer service, Eagle Edu, focusing on education and research, Eagle VC, focusing on startup and other due diligence activities on behalf of VCs, family house or trusts, and HNIs. A couple of use case specific agents are in different levels of development, which includes chat based full e-commerce advanced search and ordering agent, DevOps autonomization agent, and some others. Now about competitive advantage. There are public LLMs. There are frameworks to enable these public LLMs in an enterprise context. There are service players looking at using this to develop narrow agent specific approaches. Aigentic, however, approaches this as an enterprise agentic ready platform which can develop enterprise specific LLM or SLMs through training, retraining on enterprise data, configuration, and multi level continuous optimization. Just to repeat, Agentic approaches this as an enterprise agentic ready platform which can develop enterprise specific LLM or SLM through training or retraining on the enterprise data, through configuration and multi level continuous optimization. The agent use case orchestrations are built on top of this core platform. To summarize, Aigentic delivers a full stack, secure, and modular enterprise agentic AI engine in the form of Eagle. Here is our team, led by a team with 50 plus years of experience across MNCs like Geo, Infosys, Samsung, Nissan, and Volkswagen. Aigentic combines technical depth with visionary leadership, making it a formidable force in enterprise AI. How we work. We engage with our clients in a structured yet agile approach, from requirement discovery to secure deployment. Our approach guarantees rapid ROI, contextual learning, and continuous optimization. That brings us to the end of this vlog. Ready to build your agentic AI future? Visit us at agentic.in or email us at contact@agentic.in. Aigentic, where enterprise intelligence takes a flight. Thanks, everyone.